serious sunburns can increase your risk of getting skin cancer. So, choose your cover.
Magandang Martes ng hapon po mga kababayan. Welcome to Kababayan LA. Matagal-tagal na po natin hindi pinag-uusapan ng domestic violence, but we have to talk about it, especially now because of the Mel Gibson case. We have Dr. Jill Murray here on the show. She is a psychotherapist and also has written many books about domestic violence. So you're in for a treat because she's going to be consulting with you today for free on the show. Would like to remind everyone that our phone lines are open because it's Talk Tuesday after all, and you may call in anonymously. If you don't want your name, if you don't want us to say your name, it's fine too. If you have any problems concerning domestic violence, please call because we'd love to talk to you. Or if you know anyone in that situation, please call because we'd love to help. Right, Dr. Jill?
Absolutely, would love to.
Welcome back to Kababayan LA. Let's talk about the Mel Gibson case. You know, just a few weeks ago it came out, and then tapes just started coming out, one after the other, after the other, after the other. We know that Mel has a temper.
Right.
But were we sure? Did you know, that you believe that it was happening at home as well?
I always think that when you see somebody who is violent out in public, and remember a couple of years ago we had that whole traffic incident where he was pulled over and all the racial slurs and the out-of-control anger, I think, oh, you know, that's not just reserved for his driving. So I don't personally know him. I don't personally know the case, and all these facts that are coming in are allegedly true. We don't know yet what's happening since it's, you know, an ongoing investigation. But I was pretty concerned, weren't you?
Right. There are tapes, though, that came out, and the tape number 1, you know, there was you call it the racist rant on rape. And if we can, yeah, we're showing clips now of Mel and Oksana. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But what's in the tape? In this tape, Mel Gibson allegedly uses racial slurs and sets a blame on the victim should a rape occur. He goes to great length discussing his girlfriend's attire. So why does this rant show a typical sign of a domestic abuser?
I think that when an abuser, and we have to be careful because women can be very abusive to men as well. We're just talking about Mel as the alleged abuser now. But when an abuser demeans you physically, when he demeans who you are, when he demeans where you come from, when he demeans your family of origin, he's really just trying to knock you down and make you feel less than. What can you do about coming from a certain province, let's say, in the Philippines? What can you do about that?
What about even if they're not screaming at you, but they're saying or alluding to the fact that, oh, you know, and this is especially true in Filipino relationships, you know, oh, you know, but you've had so many boyfriends in the past, and he just makes you feel like you're less of a woman because you've had previous relationships.
I would say, you know, my takeaway from everything always is that love is a behavior, you know, not a feeling. And so if somebody loves you, Janelle, why do they need to be putting you down? Why do they want to make you feel less than? Why wouldn't they exalt you? Why wouldn't they lift you up and want to make you feel like a better person and that they're so lucky to have you in their life?
Right. Let's take a look at tape number 2. I am Mel. What's in this tape? In this tape, Mel Gibson allegedly says, "You're going to listen to me. I'm Mel."
Boy, that sense of entitlement, right? Would you think of calling somebody and saying, "I'm Janelle, you're going to listen to me"?
You have to listen to me.
Right, right. So it's that sense of entitlement that he's better than her, and you're nothing, and you don't count, and I'm Mel after all. I'm, you know, was voted the sexiest man alive.
Right, and have so many movies and blah, blah.
Exactly.
But see, it ties into tape number 3, which is, I own you. you don't count. So this typically shows that he thinks of the other person as a property.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm paying for your life. I'm the father of the child.
Right.
And I own you. You don't. Not only do you not count, you're nothing. You're nothing under my feet.
So this typically shows you control also, because they're practically justifying the fact why they're controlling you.
That's right.
And controlling comes in different ways. Can you give us a little bit of idea, what's controlling?
Controlling is when somebody tells you who you can talk to, how you should dress. In a lot of these tapes, he's talking about how she dresses, how she wears her hair, how she wears her makeup, justifying sexual assault in one of them, that if you were raped then he uses a racial slur, that you would deserve it because of the way you're dressed and the way you carry yourself.
Right.
So an abuser, one of the parts of control is telling you how you can dress, how you can wear your hair, how you can wear your makeup, criticizing the way you look, who you can speak to, when you spoke to that person, when you're coming back, when you're leaving, that you're not leaving, keys to the car or not, they try to control everything about you.
And you're saying that a controlling person has a propensity to be violent, to be an abuser.
They can be, absolutely. I mean, abuse is about power and control, whether we're talking about domestic violence abuse or child abuse or elder abuse. It's about power and control.
And that's what we are talking about today on Kababayan LA. The phone lines are open. Serious discussion, but we have to talk about this. I know this happens in a lot of Filipino families because we're culturally, women are supposed to be submissive and just, take it all in from the husband or from the partner. We'll be talking a little bit more when we return. Don't go away.
It's time to play You Think Your Cable is Cheaper? Bili mo ng Square para makasali. Ay, kababayad mo lang ng cable bill mo. Wala